Your assignment is to follow me, allowing me to direct your path. And it makes me think when we're going somewhere and someone else wants to use their directions instead of the way you want it, you had planned to go, but I already put it in my ways, right? I felt safe when I had my GPS. And then you just hope that that person doesn't tell you at the last minute to bang a right, and then you have to be like, oh my gosh, that's happened to me. Someone will say right before I have to take that right, like, oh, take a right. And I'm a pretty good driver, so I've managed to do it, even though I'm sure whoever was sitting next to me probably peed their pants. And then this was so cool. This morning, I was just writing. I'm like, you have to be so in tune with the person's directions and their voice. So in order to be so in tune and get to where you're going, you have to bend your ear in such a way to hear their voice and not get distracted by the music or an audiobook or like people in the back seat, because you got to get there, right? You have to quiet yourself down, and you have to really tune in. Sometimes you miss it and you have to turn around, and that's repent. But then you just get back on track. And then no, you're still going to get there, but why not just learn from the Israelites? I just, it made me think of that. Like we're still going to get there, but why not learn from the Israelites who took 40 years to get to the promised land when they only, per the directions, it only needed to be an 11-day trip. Yeah, and it's making me think of my kids, and it's making me think of me. There's just this thing where sometimes we just, I don't know if we like to, but we got to learn the hard way. It doesn't have to be that way. Obedience unlocks your blessings. It does get easier. I know it's easier said than done, but if we really know and understand what's on the other side of obedience, we would just Nike it. We would just do it. I think the struggle in lies that we want the details. We want the ways, we want the blueprint, but the truth is, and perception versus truth is, we are not to lean on our own understanding and trust that our dad is good and has good plans for us, and that he's taking us to a place of higher altitude. All that said, still knowing this, why wouldn't we do the thing he's asking us to do? Is it that in a particular area, the head has not yet agreed with the heart? The distraction after I do this, that, and the other thing, and it turns into so far off the path, now you're lost and completely forgot where you were even going in the first place. That's still disobedience. Your delay even of saying, I'll get back to that. Oh, I heard you, God, but let me just do this. Let me just is dangerous, and it puts you at high risk of being disobedient. And then the cost could be really high. So I'm just going to leave you with this. Is there something, an area in your life that you feel or even know that God is telling you to do and you haven't, right? Practice with things that you know are black and white, like in the Bible, like tithing. The Bible talks about gaining trust in the little things. That way he can trust you with the bigger things.